as a woman, okay, sex is not top priority, okay? But for a man, it is. And so something we had to learn is to see how each other views sex, okay?
Yes.
So he had to learn that sex is not number one on my list.
All right, so let's talk about marriage today.
Okay.
So you and I have been married for 6 years.
Yes.
Okay, happy years.
Yes.
6 months of the 6 years were happy. No, I'm joking. 6 happy years in marriage, and we are now in our 7th year, by the grace of God. And we're gonna just talk about 6 lessons
Yes.
that we've learned from the past 6 years
Yes.
of being married. So if you've been married longer than 6 years, you gotta tune out. This is only for people shorter than 6 years. No, I'm kidding. So I only have 5. I need to come up with a last one while we're talking here. But I think that these are good lessons that we've learned over the years, and it's going to help people as they listen to this podcast. Video recording, not sure if it's a podcast yet. But we just came out of a series at church called It's Complicated, but it doesn't have to be. And I enjoyed it, I must say. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My dad started with the 5 lies that the enemy gives us in our relationships. And then I spoke to singles in the second week, all the single people. Pastor Tsepiso spoke about how to heal from a toxic relationship. That was brilliant. And then my dad finished it on uncomplicating money in the home. So it's been a great relationship series. And marriage night was awesome. All of those things were just great. So I want to finish it off with these 6 lessons to kind of round off everything for the people. So tell me, how has it been being married to the most legendary man on the planet?
It's fun. It's very fun being married to Nicky.
A lot of fun.
Because you're funny.
Wow. Sure.
You make great jokes that I'll always laugh at.
Yeah, well, that's how I got a pretty girl, because your eyes were always closed because you were laughing so much. So you didn't see me, and so that's how I got you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you suffer from partial blindness, and that's one thing that I won't pray for, to be healed, so that you can always stick
That's a
with me.
joke. I'm here now to be able to say it's a joke.
It's a joke. Okay. All right. Okay, cool.
But
So
yeah.
let's talk about our marriage and what you've learned in the past 6 years that can maybe help people.
Okay, so I would say the first one that I have learned, and I feel like we learned this quite early in our marriage, is don't fight big over the little stuff. So that was probably one lesson that I learned quite early in our marriage, is like the little things really don't matter. Like, I know I complain about the pants and the shoes and the socks and the hats and everything that lies around the house.
It's an issue.
But it's little things, and I'm not going to make a big fight out of little things. It's like, it's not necessary. It's not detrimental to our marriage. So that was probably something.
I think the way I say it is like, choose your battles wisely. That was what my mom taught us in the beginning. She's like, just choose your battles wisely. Like, do you need to fight over this? Is it necessary to fight over this? Lose your cool, ruin the day, ruin the evening, just because of this small thing. So I think that that's something that we're still mastering. We're still growing in it, definitely. But it's something that when I look back, the fights we used to have were so immature. And then now it's like a lot better. Because also you start like growing up, like, man, okay, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
it's okay.
Exactly.
We can get over it. We can get through this. We don't have to fight over this. So I think, if couples can just choose their battles wisely, then you will save a lot of headache. Maybe some people are like addicted to the drama in their marriage.
I feel like they are, definitely. But that's where the toxic cycle
that's
comes
toxic,
in,
because now
of past relationships and stuff. But
you want to fight about everything. Everything irritates you. I think that's a problem in a married couple, is to say, what is worth fighting over?
Yes.
And let's choose the battle wisely. Yeah. So that's a great lesson that I think that we've learned and still mastering. The second one, I think this is more maybe for you as well, is where we are to learn to speak openly and have open communication. Because in the beginning, I think you were a lot more reserved, and like you didn't want to cause a scene or fight. So you'd rather just like keep it in. And I'm just like speaking and I'm fighting, and then eventually we have a fight where we explode. And I've seen that always almost in married couples. There's one that loves to talk and they want to get their point across. And the other one is the quiet one. And they don't want to speak. They'd rather not talk, not disrupt the peace. And then that can be very detrimental to a marriage, because now you are building up emotions that I didn't ever hear or care about. And then one day it was just like an explosion, and I had to realize, okay, I have to let you talk as well. I have to let you speak your mind, speak your feelings, like get it out so that we can move forward. Because otherwise I think we're good, and then you're actually like in your mind, you're like, we're not good. And that creates that division, and there's no unity in that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that you're copying me because I have the same points. So mine just says communicate consistently. So like he said a little bit of it already, I'm the kind of person that was, I never felt open to communicating like how I really felt. And I was also like afraid. I was afraid to like make him angry because I really like was not up for the fight. So I would just not say anything, and I would just not speak to him about what really bothered me. But that was really actually more toxic than just speaking about it, because what I would do is I would bottle it up. And then when we had a fight, it was like he said, one big explosion. And then it was like a historical fight of like things that were way back when that I didn't mention to him because I never got to speak about it. So I think that constant communication of how you really feel is really good. Like something we do a lot when we go on dates is we ask each other questions about our marriage. And I think that really helps a lot, because that gives us that opportunity to be able to speak about things openly.
Well, we're busy with a small group now. And the content is from Pastor Craig Rochelle's book, From This Day Forward. And the second chapter is Fight Fair. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing to fight fair, because it's inevitable. You are going to fight in a relationship. There's no perfect couple. You are going to fight. So learning how to fight is probably the best thing. And one of the things, the open communication, share with the people about what you shared last night from the book about the marriage checkups. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
So I think this like really stood out for me in the book, and so I shared it last night, was just that, you know, you as married couples should do marriage checkups. And the reason why I'm saying that is because often of times as a couple, we bring things up when we're angry, and then it doesn't get received well because you're angry. So you kind of like, oh, you're just saying that because you're trying to find something to be mad at. But the truth is that he's really trying to get a point across to me. So marriage checkups is good because what happens is you're both not in a heated situation. You're both calm. You're having a conversation and you're talking about things that are going wrong. So what they do is they do 3 good things. So 3 things that you're doing really well.
So this is like at a date night.
Yeah. So date night, you make the time. So you talk about 3 things that you're doing really well. And then you talk about 3 things that you can do better at. And so I think that's a really great idea.
How often would you say couples should do that?
I would say monthly, at least. Like, because the thing is that you can get so caught up in life and you can get so caught up in work and children and all these things that you actually forget about the most important thing. So I think like if you can do it monthly, to say this month you did this really great, and this month or you can work on this. So that's what I would say.
I think that's a good thing, because it's like you say, we wait for the heat of battle to then say, oh, I've got these issues. I've been wanting to speak to you about all of these things.
And then you're like, what?
And you're like, what? I never knew this. But at a marriage checkup, date night, say, let's talk about what we've been doing well. Let's talk about what we can work on. And then both individuals have the opportunity to take it good, because you're having dinner, or lunch or breakfast, whatever, and you're talking, it's civil, and then you can receive it well when you say, hey, the way you've been speaking to me is not nice. Why have you been talking to me like this? What's going on? And I think also finding out like what's going on with your spouse, because they might be facing a lot of pressure that they haven't spoken to you about, because every time they speak to you about it, then all of a sudden you like freak out.
Yeah.
And you want to solve all their problems and tell them what
Yes.
to do, and they don't feel heard. That's sometimes a man's problem. Like a woman would want to say, listen, babe, I have this problem. And then I'm like, well, just do this and this and this. And then it's done. And you don't want that. You
No.
just want me to listen.
Yeah.
And we've had to learn that as well, like learning to listen. When you say, I just need you to listen and hear me out. And you do that well with me. Very well. I don't do it well with you yet. But when I have a problem, then you just listen.
Yeah.
Because
And
I've told you, I just
yeah.
need, I know what to do.
yes.
I just need to say it out loud.
And sometimes what I do, if it helps, is I'll ask him questions, and he has told me to do this. So I don't even know if he realizes that I do it because he's told me to do it. But instead of being like, well, you should have done it like this, or here's your solution, I ask him questions to get him to the point where he knows the answer.
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh, this is really great. I got this, like.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. No, help your spouse by asking them
why
questions.
did it make you feel that way? What is the reason that it upset you that much?
Therapist Tyneal.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really good. All right. What's another lesson that you can give people?
So something we've learned quite recently, this is not something we've learned long ago, and I wish we knew it maybe sooner in our marriage, is to serve each other. So
That's good.
something we've learned like now is just to outserve each other. So the more he serves me, the more I must try to serve him. And the reason is simply because you're feeding each other and you're helping each other and you're becoming a team. Like that's what's beautiful about it, is that you are a team. And when you help outserve each other, you're basically helping lift the weights of life, if I can say that. Yeah.
No, that's good. I think that's something that I did very bad in the beginning. Very, very bad. Like not looking for ways to serve you and just looking like, how can you serve me? Like especially when our son was born, it's like you at home with him, and I'm thinking I'm coming home from work, so you should now, or I should just be able to chill. And you in your mind was like, no, I've been with our son the whole day.
Yeah.
Can you take over? So we had to find the balance for that. And I had to realize, man, I need to serve my wife as well, and not just wait for ways for her to serve me. So I think if we can encourage couples with anything, and that is like, find a way to serve her, find a way to serve him. And when you do that, it becomes a very healthy relationship, because now I'm not looking for ways that you didn't serve me. I'm actually looking for ways that I can serve you.
Yeah.
And that's still something that we're growing in, maturing in, 100%.
I think for me, where I made a mistake, and I think a lot of married couples do this still to this day, even if you've been married for so much longer than us. I feel that, and I'm still learning to do better at this, is I tend to serve him in my love language. So my love language is acts of service. Okay. So what I do is I serve him with acts of service, thinking that that's the love language that's his love language, and that's how he wants to receive love. But it's actually not. It should be the other way around. I should serve him in his love language. And so I think a lot of couples don't do that actually. And that's something that I've also had to learn, because he would say to me, because I'd say to him, I do all these things for you because I want to show you that I love you. But he's like, but that to me doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter that you cook for me. It doesn't matter that you do these things. I know it's important. I know. Okay.
Men have one love language.
Yeah, we know. Okay.
Just do that one thing and we are good. Like, you don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
Simple. That's another lesson.
It is. I've got it, yeah.
We'll lesson
talk about
learned.
it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What were you saying about love?
No, well, that's it. Basically, that's it. Just, you got to feed each other's love languages, not serve each other in your own love language. Because you tend to miss each other like that.
Yeah, because I think mine was like gifts at one stage. And I would like buy you gifts.
Yes.
And then that's not how you receive love. So I think that is the problem. And then I would get angry, like, why are you not buying me gifts?
Yes.
But that's not how you give love and receive love. So learning each other's love language and how that person wants to receive it, I think that is super helpful in a marriage.
Definitely.
How many have we given out? Like 3 or 4?
I
4
think
lessons?
Three.
Okay.
So, but I would like for it to lead into the fourth point of what we were talking about.
Go for it.
Okay. So I know this might be awkward for some to hear, But number 4 is that sex is actually very
never
important.
awkward.
Okay? I said sex,
Yes.
and I said, okay, hear me out. I'm going to
Shanda.
explain myself. Physical appearance, okay? To my husband, okay?
Woohoo! Yeah,
So
100%.
I want to say this, I feel like in society today, men are afraid to really say how they feel about the way their wife looks, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's my body, I can do what I want.
My body,
it's
my
my
choice.
hair. Yeah. And so I think for me, like, he was very open and honest with those type of things with me. And so I think that's very important as a wife, is to give your husband the space to be able to tell you those things.
Yeah.
So,
Open communication. And it comes from trust. It comes from being open and honest with each other. And saying, listen, we've let our bodies go.
yes.
We should probably like do something about
Yes,
that.
but I just want to say, you can't be like if he was like a certain look or whatever, and he's telling me I must go to the gym. Like, what? Then you must also go to the gym. So it's ought to be fair, obviously. It can't be like, you must go to the gym, but I'm going to sit on the couch and eat snacks all day.
100%.
Like, no,
100%. I
can't be
think
like
it's
that.
definitely like you have to reciprocate it. And it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be just looking like a certain type of person or woman.
Yes. You
it's
just gotta-
about saying,
Yeah.
okay, what can I do visually for my husband?
Yes,
Because
that's
men
exactly
are
it.
visual
Yes.
creatures. We are
Yes.
not emotional creatures. I'm going to say that to the camera. We are not emotional beings. We are visual beings. We
Yes.
see first and we're physical. So a
Yes.
woman needs to realize that what you do physically
Yes.
matters
Exactly.
to the man.
Yes.
And it's a very awkward thing to talk about because we're in the 21st century. No one wants to say it.
Yes.
Everybody's afraid about that topic, but it is the truth.
Yes.
That's how we
Yeah.
are wired. That's why God created Eve naked for Adam. That's why he
What?
fell in the Garden of Eden because she
Oh.
was naked.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly it. So, no, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think it's just get to the agreement for both of
Yes.
you that for a man, I had to work on being more emotional with you and being in touch with emotions because men can just be like physical and that's it.
Yes.
And then the wife is kind of suffering on the other side where you're not talking to her. You're not reaching her soul. You're just like worried about what she looks like. That's also wrong.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
like a woman is more emotional and you got to serve that side.
Yes.
And a man is more physical. So you got to serve that side. And that's a healthy marriage,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Yeah. So let me just clarify. I'm not saying you have to have a perfect body. I'm not
Shanda.
saying that.
I am saying
What I am saying what I am saying is exactly that, is you just have to make sure your appearance for your husband is at a level that he wants it to be
Yes,
at, okay?
yes.
That's what I'm saying. So if he wants you to do your hair, he's not telling you you have ugly hair. He's just saying, please do your hair because you look beautiful when your hair is done. That's
Yes,
it. So
yes,
you've just got to see
yes.
the good side of it, is that he's just asking you to change certain things to improve the look.
And it's not about like being mean to
No.
your spouse about it and be like, oh,
No.
you're so overweight.
No.
That is the wrong way to like go
Absolutely.
about
You're
it.
going to
you know?
ask for a
Yes, you're not going to have
punch.
you're not going to
I'm
have a good
joking.
time with that.
Yeah.
So I think that it's like the approach needs to be good,
Yeah.
needs to be healthy, needs to be from a pure place that both of you want to work on stuff.
Yes.
And like you say, like do your hair for your husband. Put on makeup.
Yeah, I'm still
Spray-
learning that part.
spray
I'm not
perfume.
going to lie.
Spray
I'm getting
perfume,
there.
you know, whatever the case might be. Yeah, because at
Because he
home,
comes home to no makeup, hair in a bun.
but you're still so beautiful
oh,
without
thanks.
the makeup.
Thanks, babe. I appreciate it.
Brownie points. So, yeah, I think just it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be
No,
this
no.
and that. It just has to be like try and make an effort for each other, which comes down to the other point of outserving each other.
Yes.
It won't be an issue for you to do it because I'm seeing it through the lens of I'm serving you. I'm not trying to just get stuff from you. I'm also looking at how I can serve you
Yes.
as my wife, and you're looking how you can serve me. So I think that is like important, is to
Yes.
outserve one another in that area as well, which also goes to intimacy.
Yes.
You know, to be better at intimacy with one another, you have to have serving
Yeah.
first. You know, you
Definitely.
it would be a horrible relationship if it's just about the sex and never about serving each other, never about the emotional side. I think that's something that I had to also overcome and be like, man, I can't just expect you to just give me sex and I haven't actually worked on anything. I'm still the same. I'm not changing anything. I think that is also where a relationship becomes toxic, because now the man is just expecting, you must give me sex because the Bible says so.
Yes.
That's a horrible card to pull, you know, because now the Bible says so. And I was like, no, you have to. I think that's a wrong approach to be like, no, how can I serve you? How can you serve me? But that comes to also the marriage checkups, where you can talk about it and bring it up and say, this is what I think will help our marriage. Yeah.
Yes. So I think, like, for me, when it comes to, like, as a woman, okay, sex is not top priority, okay? But for a man, it is. And so something we had to learn is to see how each other views sex, okay?
Yes, yes.
So he had to learn that sex is not number one on my list.
Yep.
So I'm thinking about the dishes. I'm thinking about how we have to clean the house. I'm thinking about how I have to bath Nicky and get him to bed on time for his routine. I'm thinking about all these things. I'm not thinking about having sex with my husband, but he probably is thinking about it.
Yes, I mean,
So-
when you're washing the dishes, all I'm thinking about is having sex with you.
You see, like, for me, I'm like, what? How?
But I think, sorry, I just want to say this, that it's because that's probably how a man is wired.
Yes.
He's wired like that. So it's not wrong. I want to say
No.
that it's not wrong for you to feel as a man that you want to have sex with your wife. Like,
And
that
what
should
I'm
never be
saying
the
is
problem.
you must also understand that,
Yes,
that to him is a priority. So what I'm saying is you need to understand where it is in, like, your levels of priority as a man and a woman. So, like, for him, if he comes and he wants to touch me while I'm washing dishes, he's not going to get mad because I'm not reacting, because he knows I'm washing dishes. I'm not thinking about that.
Yeah.
And then with the other way around is I know that I have to prioritize it because it's important to him. So it's very important that you guys are prioritizing what's important to each other. And that's something we've recently learned.
Yes. But it comes back to the serving.
Yes.
If you know, okay, that's how I serve my husband with the sexual part, it won't be an issue. And also, if I know I'm not serving you with the sexual part, I'm serving you with being a present father to Nicky, helping around the house, not just laying on the couch, then it's easier for both of us to come to the agreement, like, this is a priority, right? But like I said, it becomes toxic when the man is laying on the couch the whole day or after work and there's no emotional side, no date night, no romance, no serving, and then still expecting to have a healthy sex life. You are setting your marriage up for failure. That's one thing that I've learned.
I agree. And I want to add this. I want to say to the men, please communicate clearly with your wife your expectation when it comes to sex.
Very
and
good.
how often you want it to happen. Because the thing is, in my mind as a woman, like, I don't think about how often my husband wants it as a man in our marriage. So he had to communicate to me how often he wanted it in the marriage. So it's very important, men, that you're doing that. Because when your wife is not understanding that or knowing that, then you get mad at her as if to say, like, you don't care about me, you don't think it's a priority. But the fact is, she doesn't actually know. She doesn't know what you expect. So I just want to say that, like, and you've done that really well, is he's laid out his expectation, and he's like, this is what I want. And so I, as a wife, know, okay, that is what he wants, and I have to fulfill those needs within this marriage.
And
so,
the same thing, like, you have to ask your wife, what's her expectation of you?
Yeah.
Outside of the bedroom. What do you want me to do around the house for you?
Yes, he knows I want physical touch that doesn't always lead to sex.
That's very difficult. But I guess it's something that all men have to work on. Non-sexual affection. Right, yeah. So, but I think that that's important, that every married couple knows that, speak about it.
Yes, clear expectations.
And I deal a lot with men in the church that do say that they don't know how to talk to their wives about it.
Yeah, you need to give them that space.
They feel bad. They don't know. So the wife also has to come to the party and say,
absolutely,
I'm going to hear you out.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But that, I think the key for me from today is like the marriage checkup.
Yes.
Speak about it there. Go on a date night. Say, babe, this is the 3 things I think you've been doing so well. Please continue doing that. And here's the 3 things that I think that I would love for you to work on this year.
Yes.
I wouldn't like say to them, okay, next month it better be done, you know?
No, that's
so
unrealistic.
I think give your partner time to also fix themselves. And that brings me to another point that I would say is maybe like a bonus is to say love your spouse for who they are, not for who you wish they were.
Yes.
That is
That's
also
important.
very toxic.
That's so important.
Is that if I only love you when you act the way that I wish you would act versus the person I fell in love with.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to constantly change each other?
Yeah.
Just if you can love that person the way they are, then if they change in life, it's a bonus. It's awesome. But you got to find a way to accept them,
I
love
agree.
them, because that creates an atmosphere of warmth and
Yes.
trust. But if you are constantly fighting to just change your spouse, they probably won't change.
No,
And the Bible actually
definitely
speaks about it.
not.
Peter says it, that a wife's kindness could get an unbelieving husband to become a believer.
Yes.
That's amazing. To just a woman that serves the Lord, that is kind to her husband, he can end up serving God. Think
Yes.
about that. It's not even preaching the gospel, just being kind, showing the love of Jesus. I think that's what's sometimes missing
Yes.
in the home. It's like, I just wish you were like this. I
Yeah.
wish you were like the pastor. I wish could be like that couple. The minute you compare
Yeah.
is the minute
No,
you've
that's a
killed your
killer.
marriage.
Yeah.
It's a marriage killer. The minute you compare, I just wish we were like them.
Yeah.
No, you got to find who you want to be as a couple and then build on that.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
And I think like something also as a couple that you can do is when you are in an argument, look at how you can fix yourself. Not like keep on pointing fingers, you need to do this, you need to do that. And like, trust me, we're not perfect in it, but just saying, okay, in this situation, how can I fix myself?
Yeah, where did I go
Because
wrong?
that's the only way you will really change is when you do that introspection. Because I can't change him, but he can change him. God can change him.
Yes.
So allow God to do the work,
Yeah.
and also he will then have to do the work on his part. Yeah.
All right, so that's 4 lessons.
Yes.
Okay, we got.
Okay.
Let's give 2 more. I'll give another one. You give the
Okay.
last one. So my one would be choosing who speaks into your marriage.
That's good.
You need to choose those people very carefully.
That's good.
You need to choose who speaks into your marriage very carefully. I think that is one of the best keys that anybody can have today is don't go complain by your mother
Yes.
about your spouse. Because you're going to forgive your spouse and you guys are going to move on. And your mother is going to hate your spouse. And she's going to carry a bitterness. So don't go to all the people. And you have a small group, but it's really a gossip group.
Yeah. No.
You know, like be careful of that. So you as a couple have to decide who is our wise counsel.
Yes.
Is it our pastors? Is it our leader, our small group leader? Is it this friend couple of ours? Who is the counsel that speaks into your marriage? It cannot just be anybody. It cannot just be someone you just pick your friend and then you just
I
speak
agree.
bad about your husband or wife all the time to that person. You are creating a bad image for them and it's very toxic as well. So
That's good.
I would say that that's something that I've learned throughout the years is choosing those people very carefully.
Yes. And I would say, I'd like to just add, it's just like, it's also what you tell them. I think you should be very
Yes,
careful of what
very
you say to people
very
about your
careful.
marriage. You can't be sharing those very intimate, important details of your
yes.
marriage to just anybody. That you need to talk to counsel about. If you have questions about your marriage, if you have questions about sex life, anything, you need to have counsel that you can speak to. Don't just go to like a random friend and be like, is this working for you in your marriage? Because that's when you also start to compare and that becomes very dangerous.
So choosing those people is like, should be a top priority for every married couple to say, who are we going to choose as the wise counsel that will speak into our lives, that
Our
can tell
marriage,
us, listen, what you're doing is wrong. Or you guys had to fix this. And a safe space.
Yeah.
A
And
space where you will
accountability.
not be judged.
Yes.
A space where you know that the information I'm sharing with them will not leave this room. That's also important. So
Yes.
I think that if every married couple watching, listening, could just like say, babe, who's going to be our wise counsel?
Yes.
Let's pick them together.
And who we're going to be accountable
And
to.
who we're going to be accountable to.
Yeah.
And then that's who you speak to when you have an issue. But I would also say not every issue. Like
No.
you're a married couple.
Yeah, sort
Fix
it
it
out.
yourself.
Yeah.
Sort it out yourself. But if this thing is now carrying on, it's never changing, then that's when you can go to that wise counsel and say,
Yes.
we don't know what to do anymore. We're on the brink of leaving each other. we need help.
Yes.
I think that's important.
And I would say, like I mentioned, the accountability part. I think that's so important for a husband
Yes.
and wife,
Yes.
is to have somebody you can be accountable with. And we've started that,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
can definitely be better
I
at
think,
that.
yeah, if people can start it early,
Yeah,
that'll
it
be
will
good.
help. It will
Find
really
someone
help.
early. Like,
Yeah.
start today. Find someone today.
Yeah.
Don't leave it.
Yep.
You know, start talking
Yeah.
about it, and then
Exactly.
eventually God will add the right couple to your life. Give us the
Okay.
last point. Let's close it off.
Last point, and this is also something that I've heard recently, but I've known for a while, is so you know how everybody always pursues the one. I'm going to find the one for my life. I'm going to find the partner. You know, you already know where I'm going with this. So what I like the way it's said is recently what I've learned, but I have always known this, is just the one that you should be pursuing is Jesus. And he is my one and he is my two. So God is my number one. And I must pursue God with my number two.
That's good.
And so that is a lesson that I have learned. In the first year of our marriage, he would read the Bible to me. He would read a chapter of the Bible to me. And that really set me up, because I didn't come from a very strong Christian background. I did come from a Christian home, but not a strong one, in the sense of I was taught to read my Bible with my husband. I wasn't taught to read my Bible every day. Even though I saw my mom doing it, I didn't do it. So that sets a very strong foundation for me as a wife, knowing the importance of the Word of God within our marriage. And so I would say that a lot of couples miss this, is we don't pursue God. We pursue each other more. We pursue our children more. We pursue the ministry more. And so it's very, very important that God is our number one. Then comes our husband, and then comes your children, or however your life goes on. But I would just say that we have to always keep God in the center of our marriage. That has been the number one lesson that I've learned. I've also obviously learned that from your mom. She's always said that just keep God in the middle of your marriage.
But I think let's talk practically.
Yes.
Because everybody says that.
Yes.
You know, pursue God. Everybody knows that. So let's talk how.
Okay.
You know, how should couples pursue God in the marriage? While you're thinking, I can maybe think of one way, and that is like through communion that we started doing. So we started implementing a weekly communion at dinner. So right after dinner, we have communion. I read the word to you, and Nicky, you know, he's so cute. He just wants the juice.
He doesn't care.
He cannot wait to have the
about
juice.
The scripture parts. He's like, I want the
juice,
biscuit and the juice.
So, but anyways, I read the word. I explain what it is. We get new revelation. Pray together, partake of communion, and I must say that's been one of the things that I would suggest to every couple that will strengthen your home.
Yes.
Big time.
Yes.
Because of the connection that we feel even afterwards. How I feel as a man. I feel refreshed. I feel re-energized, because that's the power of communion. And
it's not long.
It's not long.
It's like
5 to
10
10 minutes. And that is a practical way that we've done it. Because let's be honest, life gets busy.
Yes.
Life gets busy with kids, with work. And you then somehow forget to pursue God. So make him a priority and saying, once a week, we're going to start partaking communion.
Yes.
Or every day, we're going to pray together for 2 minutes before I leave the house or before bed. We're going to just quickly hold hands and pray. I think those are practical ways that couples can actually prioritize God.
Yes.
Even like a Bible reading plan on the YouVersion app. Pastor Craig Rochelle's book, From This Day Forward.
Yeah, they have a plan.
He's got a Bible reading plan, a 33-day plan.
Yes.
We'll put it in the comment or in the description, that you can go and download it and see it. And then you can start it together and read it together. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes a day. But I think starting like that is a practical way of actually putting God first.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well, I think you've said it all. Like I would say, communion together, praying together, reading the word together. And like, I know that it sounds like, because in our minds, it's like, oh my gosh, now I have to spend a whole hour in prayer. No, it's not that. We're not saying that. But we're saying, in the sense of, God must always be a topic. God must always be in the middle of your marriage. Every time that you have to make a decision together, even just that.
Pray about it.
Pray about it. Say, let's pray about it. Let's take the time, you know.
Practical.
So I would say that. And then I would say, even just on a personal level, is just to try and enrich yourself personally. You don't
Yes.
always have to do it together.
Yeah.
But personally, just try where you can, pray when you can, read the word when you can. Like I've said, like becoming a mom has been like so tough for me because, well, good, don't get me wrong, good, but it was tough in the sense of my time with God was kind of shifted, taken away, because he wakes up early and then like that morning time is gone. And so, like we can make excuses and excuses.
Yeah.
But what I had to do was then say, okay, when is it best for me to spend time with God? It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. And so what worked for me was to do it when I was putting him to sleep. Then I would sit there and I would read the word while he is sitting in his cot or pram or whatever, or even in my arms, and I'd read the word. So you just got to think practically, how does it work for your life? And where is the time in your space of your day that's best for God, where you're going to give God your undivided
That's right.
attention.
That's good.
That's when it helps, because when Nicky is sleeping, then I know I can give God my undivided attention. But when he's awake, it's impossible. So
Our son Nicky, not me.
yeah, our son Nicky, they have the same name, for those of you that don't know.
That is a funny story because literally, like when we were dating, I told her the one condition of being married to me, of getting married to me one day, is that our first son's name has to be Nicky.
Yeah, it literally was like made very clear.
And that's, yeah. So
yeah. But yeah, that's maybe just some
awesome.
practical things from
No,
us.
great. Well, thank you so much. I think those are good lessons that we have learned, and hopefully other couples can learn. And yeah, whatever lesson stood out for you, put it in the comment section. Share this with somebody. Like the channel, subscribe to it, and make sure that you take these things and apply it. Whatever can apply to your marriage, and we hope that it has blessed you. And yeah. All right. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching.